What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about NIO. Give you a quick overview of what happened with NIO today, what shorts did, and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO did close in the green, 0.49%. Nothing crazy, but given the blood in the market, I think that's a win for today. 402 the low, 420 the high, kind of low volume. So 32.1 million shares being traded, 47.2 is the average. These are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market. So you did have one buy. It was for 182,000. It was done pre-market. Pre-market actually looked fairly good, as well as once the market did open as well. That was reacting to the registration numbers. And then regrettably, NIO did get dragged down with the broader market, and that's because of algorithmic trading. So starting off though with the actual numbers, NIO 1500, and this is week ending January the 12th. So NIO 1500, ONVO 18. NIO actually didn't even make this list. ONVO did. So I think the market is absolutely loving ONVO's progress. Not so much NIO, but then again, I think that was somewhat anticipated. So let me know your viewpoint on these numbers. Do you think that there's too much importance placed on the registration numbers, or do you think it's kind of fair? What's your viewpoint on that in the comments below? Aside from that though, no actual news, no SEC filings, nothing along those lines. Even what I mentioned yesterday about there being no speculative news either. Oddly, there wasn't really all that much. So in general, it is just the technicals, and as well just kind of other things such as this being the catalyst and what is really moving NIO. Of course, I think on Thursday, that's going to be a big data point for China. So definitely stay tuned for that. I brought that up in yesterday's video. So as far as data coming from China, you have retail sales and also GDP on Thursday. So kind of just stay tuned for that. Aside from that though, shorts didn't really do all that much. So they did increase 305,000 shares, 11.89% of the free floats being shorted. Works out to be 158.78 million shares overall are being shorted. So generally good to see. Shorts not really doing all that much. They doubled the hell down yesterday to try and break NIO on a technical level. So I think they were rather timid because of this, so the good data. So once again, that's why I like to analyze a lot of this information, not because NIO's a squeeze play or anything. I know a lot of individuals really do want NIO to squeeze. I just don't see it being feasible, because just so you guys are aware, in order for a squeeze to happen, the biggest thing is a surprise catalyst. And I think NIO, for the most part, they give all the information out. They give timelines, expectations. It's whether NIO hits those targets or not, but they don't really give that much in surprises. But what do I know, right? Let me know your thoughts on that. But looking at the options, 1.95 million in calls, 1.3 in puts. 50% of all the options being done today were bearish in nature, and the dollar value was rather low today. So 3.2 million in total premiums, 5.2 yesterday, 4.7 the day prior, 6.5 the day prior. And today was kind of good. Like I said, there was a string of 4 red days, so today broke that trend. Of course, I think NIO's just having a hard time gaining some traction from big institutions and big money, but honestly, it will get to a pivot point where it's hard to ignore. And I have a weird feeling it is going to occur somewhere in the 3s, unless, let's say, there is a lot of good data coming from China, stimulus, and whatever else, then you could see kind of a push higher. Oddly, even coming from China stimulus, I haven't heard all that much. I know there was a lot of kind of dates and times vague, all vague, but it would be good if we had some context. I think this would be a very perfect time given where NIO is at on a technical level. But getting back to options, so these are all the call options that were purchased today. So roughly around 450 is anticipated for this week, and then for next week you have the same thing, roughly 450. A couple pockets right here anticipating 6. Don't really know why there would be a push higher next week. Maybe once again a second back-to-back good registration numbers, or maybe there is some other catalyst, I'm not really sure. but the bears are anticipating for it to be sub $4. So definitely there is more upside than down at these prices. But as of right now, with it closing at 408, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. $4 is going to be a strong support. Wasn't really tested whatsoever today. Kind of bounced off the general area. So low today was 402. So going into the next couple trading days, just watch for that. And then flip side, $4.25 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. And similarly, it wasn't really touched either. So it was just in no man's land in between these 2 points. But no new analyst ratings, nothing along those lines. And just looking on the actual chart itself, kind of bounced off of this general area. And so going back over to August, it did struggle to really break out during this time period. And typically strong support and resistance points, they kind of invert, right? So once was strong resistance, now turns to support. So I think in general, that is what is kind of holding it up right now. But as of right now, on the actual chart, looking at the current data, it is below the ALMA, all the other key pivotal moving averages as well. So technicals don't look all that great. One thing as well that really kind of helped NIO today is the fact that it is very oversold. So stochastic RSI, very oversold. So if a good piece of news does come out, then yeah, you could see a rush of institutions really propelling it higher. And I think it'd have to be more specific to the company itself, operational, not just registration number. So hopefully NIO does put something out. Because I know even lately the last like speculative things is just over the air updates and just increasing customer satisfaction, like, and the user, that kind of aspect, but nothing operational. So I think right now people are just waiting just to see if NIO is going to hit their targets or not. And yeah, so let me know your viewpoint. Are you buying? Are you selling? What are you doing with NIO? And do you potentially see this or anywhere close to this being the bottom? And I know, like I said, I don't see NIO being a squeeze play, but do you, anyone out there, do you feel that NIO is a squeeze play? One thing as well, just to kind of take note of, is the DTC being 2.96 days. So if NIO does put out something of substance, then yeah, you could see shorts somewhat scampering, if that makes sense. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on NIO. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then I did launch a free Discord, so pop over to my Discord, link in the description below and also the comments. A lot of good individuals there. We talk on trending stocks, buying opportunities, so definitely pop over there and join as like I said, free Discord, might as well. So with that, I appreciate all of you watching.